Dímelo, mi gente. Bienvenido a episodio número 3 de Dos Amigos Hobby Hustle Podcast. I am your host, Joe. This is my co-host, Daniel. Coming back, episode 3. What it is, what it ain't, baby. Let's get it. So episode 2, we were talking a little bit about Fanaticsfest. We were at day 2, the beginning of day 2 of Fanaticsfest.
Yeah, so we didn't talk about day 2 or 3 at all.
We didn't talk about day 2 or 3 at all. It was pretty lit. Travis Scott boxes dropped on day 2. Those things are thanging right now. $300 if you were able to win the raffle. They're up to $2,800. I saw the last sale today. $2,800.
What'd you sell yours for?
I sold it for a little bit. But hey, listen, I made money, so I'm good. I'm not greedy. I'm not even looking at it anymore. It just popped up on my feed, and that's the only reason why I saw it. But it is what it is. I'm happy. I'm happy with the sale.
Nah, you can't be mad at that.
I said, the goal was X amount of dollars I wanted to make at the show so that we covered all our costs and whatever. And then everything else there was to gain all the networking. Obviously, before the show, I knew who Mojo was. Never met him in person. Never connected with him. And now we're super cool.
Fire.
And then Ryan from Real Live Sports Cards, never knew. I didn't even know who he was. I'm not even going to lie. He has 2 shops as well. So met him, was able to connect with him. Awesome dude as well.
Fire.
So that was cool. And then a bunch of other people that we met. We went to dinner, met some more people. So overall, the networking aspect was amazing.
Yeah.
The show aspect was amazing. I've heard from people that didn't go. They were like, "Oh, I heard it was this, and I heard it was that. I heard it was a mess with this," and I'm like, "You heard wrong," because that show is amazing. I would do that show 10 times over if I didn't ever the National. The National is dope if you are selling cards and you're wanting to make just straight money, but I think Fanatics Fest will get to that as far as like the money wise on it, but just the experience.
Yeah.
You can't touch that experience.
Experience top tier for sure. I think that they were probably almost going for that first time around. Let me make a statement. Like there was a lot of people that were there for the show, for the celebs, for the panels, for the
WWE stars.
WWE stars that were there, all the interactive things that they had going on there. But I think now we'll probably see it make that pivot into really, really attacking card sales there.
Yeah, the only change I would have ever had if I was on the panel and they wanted my idea, the only change I would make is that instead of putting us on the side, put us slap dab in the middle. So like legit, just like you have activations on the left side, you have activations on the right side, and have all the cards in the middle. So if you want to go, shoot hoops or whatever, you force everybody to walk through the cards. Now, I could see the problem, quote unquote problem, that it's going to bring a lot of traffic. But that's what you want anyways. Yeah. You just got, as a vendor, just watch your stuff, make sure nobody's stealing or whatever. But you want that craziness around your table. People, like I know we've spoken to a bunch of people where how many people came up to our table and said, I've never even heard of, I'm like, not that they never heard of cards, but they never bought
cards. They wanted to
and
for
then
the first
they
time.
started buying cards, from us and from other vendors for the first time. So that whole experience overall, I think was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, we met the Surgeon out there. He bought Pokemon cards for the first time.
Surgeon.
That was pretty dope.
1 point or 2 point something million followers or something crazy. He posted us on his story. So that was dope.
That was pretty cool.
Next show. So next show was supposed to be in September, Pittsburgh at PNC Park. That is no more. I guess they figured they want to do bigger shows. They love the attention that New York brought. Yeah. So they're only focusing, it looks like, on regional shows and national shows. So the next regional show is going to be Orlando.
We'll be there. November
1st through the 3rd.
Yeah, should be good.
We'll definitely be there. It's going to be at the Orange County Convention Center where Collecticon is normally at. It's a massive convention center. According to what Topps told us, there's going to be for autograph signers, retired college football stars, NFL stars from Florida area, Georgia area. I'm sure there's going to be WWE people there because a lot of them live in Orlando and Tampa. Orlando is where NXT is at, so there's gonna be there has to be a lot of WWE people there.
I'm hoping that maybe some more Florida stars there. I mean, there was a pretty decent quarterback walking around Fanatics.
Yeah,
like,
the GOAT.
I mean, he's decent, bro. Tom Brady is decent.
He's the GOAT.
But maybe they get Dan Marino to come show his face.
Nah, they don't want
time.
Dan Marino. Dan Marino's not for the kids, yo. Dan Marino's not for the kids. We need people that are for the kids. We need people for the kids. But I'm sure that show they're focusing. They want to definitely heavily focus on the collecting experience, not necessarily the whole crazy atmosphere experience. I'm sure they'll still have something there that's going to be crazy because it is a regional show. And they said they expect like 30 to 50,000 people, which is way more than Collecticon brings in.
What was the count for New York? Do you know?
I think it was like 85. Wow. I think, which is still amazing for the first show.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be tough with that weekend is that it's the same weekend as Collecticon Houston. So a lot, if you're a TCG person, you're probably going to go to Collecticon. Sure. But we'll definitely have TCG slabs and singles like we did at New York. So if you're going to Orlando show, you want some Pokemon, come by because we'll definitely have it.
Curious to see what kind of stars they got out this time in Orlando because, man, Lil Wayne, Lil Baby, Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's going to be, it'll be interesting for sure. I don't think they'll be as crazy, but you never know, because they said they were going to do PNC and they were going to keep it chill and that just, we want crazy. So you never know. After that, we got another national show. So you got the LA show in the spring. Cool. So LA show in the spring, I could imagine how massive that's going to be. Star-studded. It's going to be star-studded. It's going to be wild for sure. They're not playing around.
If they went like that in NYC, I can only imagine what they're going to do in LA, bro.
It's going to be crazy. I'm sure they'll hit up. I'm sure all their national shows are just going to be big, massive cities. So I'm expecting Chicago will probably be up there.
Be cool.
They're definitely going to go to cities where they know that they can generate. It's easy. They want something that's going to be easy, obviously, that they can bring celebs to.
I think they got to attack Dallas, man. Maybe even get Dallas in the mix. I feel like that'd be a good market for them.
Dallas is straight. The only thing with Dallas is that the big venue there, at least for the Dallas Card Show, it's not even in Dallas. It's in Allen, Texas, which is like 40 minutes north. Yeah. And that's where, that venue isn't big at all. So I don't know if they have something that's massive in Dallas. I've been to Dallas before, but I've never been to a convention in Dallas. The Dallas Card Show I went to was in Allen, Texas, and that's their big one. They have a smaller one that's in Dallas. So I don't know if there's anything bigger, and if there is, it'd probably be Houston, honestly. Yeah. They'd probably do Houston.
I'm thinking about the Dallas Card Show. It's a pretty big show, man. I mean,
it's a decent show. Yeah. It's a decent show. I thought it was okay. It's not something that I would be like, oh, I gotta go back. I honestly, the only reason I would go back, that I would push me to go back, is the food. That's when I go to a good city with food, I'm like, I wouldn't mind going back to that show. Honestly, that was the one thing that I was like, I love the city because of the food. Yeah. Dallas itself is super straight. It's a nice city, but the food was banging.
Dallas is cool. Yeah, I lived out there for a couple of years, man. Food. I'm thinking about barbecue though in Dallas.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about vegan barbecue. So that was a cool show, but it wasn't anything honestly, I thought it was going to be bigger. The way that everybody talked about it, I went. Yeah,
I would assume
I want to say I either went last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember, but I thought it was going to be massive, and it wasn't. It was so tiny. I feel like, that show, and again, it's like 40 minutes north, so it's not like something that's easy to get to.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know if they would ever do that. If they did, it'd probably again be the Houston show. But then Houston's not the best city in the world either. But
sorry, Houston.
but the venue I heard is super nice. So LA would be their next big show. I'm sure it's not going to be actually in LA. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be at Anaheim. Yeah. Anaheim has that brand new convention center with an arena inside. And it's stadium seating inside the arena. Yeah. So I'm sure that's where they'll do the panels and stuff. That's where Burbank was just at. Burbank was this past weekend. I didn't get to go, but I'm sure that's where they'll do it. it's not too far from LA. It's not too far from LAX and all that. And if you go to you go to the show, you got Disneyland right by it. So I'm sure that'll be something that they're thinking about.
Yeah.
So transitioning to product, we haven't talked about a lot of product on episode 1 or 2. We got new releases. We'll start with Pokemon first. Yeah. So Shrouded Fable just came out. Not the biggest fan of the set. Not the biggest fan. I'm just gonna be real. Everything with Scarlet Violet era.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Besides 151, and even 151 now is not even great because they just keep reprinting it. Everything in 151 era has been really mid.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been really let down after. Yeah. I mean, Sword and Shield just had banger after banger. There's not many products in Sword and Shield that aren't great.
I think with time, because thinking about like Crown Zenith, right? When it first dropped, nobody was excited about Crown Zenith.
I don't know about that. People loved Crown Zenith.
They do now. I don't know if they did like pre-release leading up to.
I mean,
I didn't.
We sold so many pre-orders.
I paid no mind to it at all. Man.
We sold so many pre-orders of it. It was insane because V-Star Universe had already come out in December. So people already knew what to expect in January when Crown came out. And it was just insane. We had, there's a photo on our Instagram where I have over 100 cases of Crown. And I think I sold them all in 48 hours.
So what would you say had more hype, Crown or 151?
Crown. Easy.
Really?
Yeah, Crown. I feel like Crown. 151 was super hype too, but I feel like it doesn't touch the hype that Crown was. Crown was insane.
All right. Well, forget Crown. Insane. Bad example. Anyways,
there's only a handful of sets in Sword and Shield that I didn't like, and the one that comes real quick to my head is Battle Styles.
Darkness Ablaze.
Darkness Ablaze, trash too. You know, because you're chasing the Charizard, and then after the Charizard, that's it. But before they reprinted Darkness Ablaze, ETBs were on eBay for like $150.
Yeah. That was during COVID? That was COVID times?
That was a COVID. Yeah, that was a COVID set. It was super, super, super short printed. They didn't print a lot of the ETBs, specifically the ETBs. That's why the ETBs were $150.
Well, they reprint them?
And then they reprinted them, but they didn't just reprint. They like reloaded. So now like I had bought, like when they reprinted, I had bought like 2 pallets. And thankfully, I got rid of the majority of them. And now, like, I was like, I'll sit on like 20, 30. I've been sitting on those 20, 30. I mean, we've been selling them slowly, but I thought, they'll go back up to $60, $70 one day. And it's like 3 years later, they're still at $40, $35. It's insane. Like, nobody cares about that set anymore.
Yeah, I think these, for me, like these Scarlet and Violet sets, I'm not excited about them to the point where I want to rip product and open and build the set, right? But I will say, bro, there are some cool cards in this set.
There's definitely some decent cards, but I think the vast majority, I think that there's a couple problems with Scarlet Violet era. One is the overprinting.
Yeah.
I don't care how cool the cards are. If you overprint, you're destroying the value of the 100%. Cards. And I know Pokemon's official thing is that, well, we want to get the cards in as many collectors' hands as possible. But you got people that buy it to buy and sell and try to, like, what's the point of me spending $100 and, let's say I bought it on Pokemon's website. MSRP on a booster box is $161. It's $161. If I'm buying a box for $161 and the most value I get back is like $50, $60. What am I doing here?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like for that, I just light my money on fire.
I feel like, I don't know about for you either, but for me, I like to collect things that I know are going to go up in value.
Of course.
I like to see
that's the whole point of hobby.
That's what I like to see in my collection. You know,
that's the whole point of the hobby. It's not like, okay, not everybody's money hungry. Not everybody's looking for the money right now. Like I don't have to buy an ETB for 50, sell it for 90, et cetera, et cetera. But if I'm buying an ETB for 50 or a booster box for 161 and 5 years later, I can't even get half the value of it.
No good.
What am I doing here? Like for that, I don't even buy Pokemon anymore.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have stopped buying Pokemon. They just literally go for singles and slabs. Yeah. That's why we have a slab wall and we have binders full of singles because we used to carry more sealed than everybody. And then like Scarlet Violet era hit and I was like, this is not even worth it. You know, I just sell off most of my product
Or
now.
even just trying to stream packs on whatnot, man. People are giving them away for free.
Yeah. I mean, if you're buying, and if you want to get super transparent, you're buying a booster box from a distributor. So MSRP is supposed to be 161. We know damn well that you could go into any shop, and if somebody's selling it for $161, you're walking right out, because now one booster box in the market price is ever
Nobody's
161 anymore.
Yeah.
So MSRP, or like the market price right now on a booster box at most is 120,
yeah,
125, 110. If I'm a distributor, or if I'm a hobby shop, all these hobby shop guys are buying boxes at $95, $96, not including that they charge you for shipping, not including that if you use a credit card, they're charging you a 3% fee. So you're paying about $100, $102 per box, and then you're selling it for $110. And then you wonder why people are like, no, I don't carry that, or I don't have, that's it, I'm sold out. Whatever I have is what I have.
It's no sense. You can't. You also have the same distributors selling their inventory on eBay at the same cost that they're giving to shops also. So
it makes no sense for a lot of people to even carry Pokemon because of that reason, like new Pokemon. Until they prove that A, you're not going to print as much, or B, you're going to have better cards and less, realistically, I shouldn't be buying a case and hitting the best card off rip once or twice, every time I buy a case. It should be hard. How long did it take people to hit a freaking Umbreon, the Moonbreon? It took forever for a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of them were stolen, but even the first wave that wasn't stolen, it was still hard to hit.
Even still, like the pull rates now are still really, really crazy.
Exactly, but that's what makes a card the value of what it is. But if I'm pulling the chase card multiple times, of course it's not going to be worth a lot of money. So overprinting, easy hit rates, that is going to lead to, not great prices. Sets that people don't care about. You have a lot of the new Pokemon.
All these new generation Pokemon. Maybe the younger market has an interest in that, but for people like me that were collecting as a kid, bro, when I see those new generation Pokemon, I can't even name them. I have no interest in them.
Yeah.
I don't care to buy their cards. I don't care to chase their cards.
Yeah, nah, you can't lead an entire set with just a new gen. You got to mix in a lot of the old gen. It doesn't even have to be first gen, because you can't just keep printing first gen either. But like second gen, third gen, fourth gen, fifth gen, like there's so many, there's 9 gens. There's a lot of gems that people still relate to, that you could throw in their cards and make them the chase card. Yeah. Like, I don't even know the guy's name, but the one that looks like Gumby, that's string cheese. Like, no one's that card. No one cares. That. Like, come on, man. That shouldn't be a card that's the best card in a set. Like Iron Leaves, cards like that. Those are dope looking cards.
I mean, they're cool looking, but it doesn't excite me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm hopeful. Let me start with it. I'm hopeful for a couple sets. So we got Stellar Crown coming out. I'm not going to lie. I'm not super, super hyped on that. We got Surging Sparks, Pikachu LED set. So kind of hopeful for that.
I have mixed feelings on that.
Pikachu does numbers,
He's very popular. He's popular.
Vivid Voltage, last set that he led.
I'm tired of Pikachu though, bro.
Yeah, but then what you can't say you want the first gen.
I would like to see like a ghost set, bro, where like the chase maybe like dark type Pokemon, Gengars, Ghastlies, Hypnos, like.
But you're gonna get
Abras, that. Alakazams, that would be fire.
You're gonna get that hopefully next year with the Team Rocket set.
I can't wait for that set.
So it got announced, or it got leaked. It didn't get announced. It got leaked.
It's definitely like.
And now the leak is kind of, they've fallen back a little bit. So you got a dragon set coming, which I think is going to be mixed with the Surging Sparks in English. I think that's what they're going for. It's a different, obviously in Japan they do separate sets, and then they combine them 2 or 3 sets in English. So I think that it's called Paradise Dragona, I think. That's going to be a dragon set. So I'm assuming Rayquaza, Dragonite, Charizard.
A Dragonite chase would be nice.
So that set with Surging Sparks, I think, is what's going to be one set. most likely. Or, I mean, they don't necessarily always put all the cards. They'll mix the cards up and break them up into different sets.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the special set. So every December, Japan comes out with a special set. It's 1 box, 10 packs. So it's called the high class set. So V-Star Universe
V-Star
was last year.
Yeah.
You have Shiny
Fates.
Shiny V was which was Shining Fates. You had a couple other ones, GX Gold or whatever. That was a special set. This year is going to be the Eevee set.
That should be cool.
It's going to be all evolutions, and then it should come out in English in January. That's usually how they do it. December, Japan, January in English.
Yeah.
So that one I think is going to be hype. I think a lot of people are obviously going to be very hyped for that. Then you got the tag team set that's supposed to come out early next year as well, and then the Team Rocket, which again got leaked, but now it's like you can't really find that much information on it.
They were originally talking about releasing that at the end of this year, I think, that Team Rocket.
It was going to be early next year.
Early next year.
Yeah, early next year, but now they're talking about the tag team set, so coming out. But I think still tag team, I miss tag teams. Everybody miss tag teams.
Team Rocket, bro.
So, I mean, but you got 3 back-to-back sets that actually are going to bring interest and not what they've been doing. So excited for that.
I wish they would produce these special sets, especially when they do that Rocket set. You think about like Team Rocket Returns, value in that set is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Because I mean, it's cards that people love. It's nostalgia. I'm sure they'll do it with new. I mean, they're gonna mix in new Pokemon in there too, obviously. But just the name Team Rocket brings numbers. Yeah. It's gonna be like 151, where it's just nostalgia.
1,000%.
I'm sure they'll do a Gym Hero set too. You know, bring that. But they need something for this era because this era has been horrid.
This is I collect Pokemon cards because I like that nostalgia feeling when I see them, you know, and the new shit doesn't do it for me.
The good thing is that we're halfway through this era. So every era, usually there's 12 and a half sets. Fable was 6.5. So 7 would be Stellar, 8 would be Surging, and then 8.5 would be the Eevee set. So we're getting close to getting out of this era.
We're getting through the nonsense.
we're knocking them out quick. So transitioning from Pokemon to Kakawao. So Kakawao announced a couple weeks ago that we're going to be one of the official U.S. distributors for their product. So we got WB Phantom and WB Cosmos coming out this year. So Phantom, we're actually going to be taking pre-orders. They just messaged me this morning.
Nice.
We're going to be taking pre-orders, I think, next week. Read this text message real quick. They said, we'll be announcing Phantom WB100 this weekend.
Nice.
To start to pre-order next Monday. So yeah, on Monday, we're going to start taking pre-orders for Phantom. So if you're interested, if you're a breaker, if you're a hobby shop, we are an official distributor for the U.S. So you're not going to get a cheaper price anywhere else. Yeah. You come to the big boys. We got you. We'll take care of you.
Yes,
if you don't know.
Yes, you can stream
it. Yeah, you can. If you don't know what Kakawao is, they did the Disney 100 set, the Phantom. They did the Cosmos, which was going wild during Christmas. It's a beautiful design. If you ever see the card in person,
the quality is really good.
Yeah, the quality is better than honestly I've seen even sports cards.
I think almost anything that I've seen, bro. Just
the
card stock that they use.
Whatever they're doing it right. Whatever they're doing it right. It's the only reason why I believe in the product. That and because we ran through like 200 cases of Cosmos.
And plus they're going to do a Harry Potter set, bro.
Doing a Harry Potter set. Nothing is official for the US yet. Right. So the word that they told us is that I guess they're trying to get it official ASAP, but WB is basically telling them like, okay, let's see what you do with the WB set. Yeah. And then we'll let you sell it in the US, the Harry Potter set. So it's official for China for sure. But for the U.S. distribution, they want to make sure that the WB set goes crazy. Well. And if the WB set goes crazy, then they'll say, okay, you can sell Harry Potter in the U.S. So
Any word on what they're including in there yet in the WB set? I haven't seen anything.
So it's gonna be basically everything but Harry Potter. So you got Bugs Bunny, you got Batman, you got Superman, you got Lord of the Rings, you got Game of Thrones.
Nice.
So a massive collection of a lot of WB properties. And the thing that I love about it that obviously Pokemon doesn't do, numbered cards, 101s,
Yeah.
sketch cards.
Yeah, the sketch
You know,
cards
the
were
sketch
massive.
101s. If you go and you Google like how much some of these autograph cards go for, even though they're facsimiles and they're not real autos, they go for some insane numbers.
You know what? I really like the patch cards that they had, like
The patches
Sully
are-
from Monsters with the
Yeah, the
fur in
blue.
there.
Yeah, nah. So that, yeah. So they're gonna do that for WB for Cosmos. So I can imagine like it's gonna be a piece of like Batman's like, you know, his suit. Imagine that.
Pretty cool.
Or the S from Superman. Oh my God, that would be sick.
A little S plate in the card.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be sick. Yeah, nah. Kakawao definitely knows what they're doing with quality of the product.
Fire. Are they bringing the sketch cards back again?
They're definitely bringing sketch cards. I don't think Phantom has sketch cards though. I think that's only for Cosmos.
Yeah.
So I think Phantom is just going to be straight set. I don't even think they have autos in Phantom. It's just going to be straight set, numbered cards, you know, the whole nine. But I don't think they have autos. I don't think they have sketch cards. Cosmos, obviously, we know they'll definitely have sketch cards. They'll definitely have autos. So that's going to be real dope. Again, we are distributors. If you're looking for 10 cases, 20 cases, 30 cases, one case, if you have a business, as a legit business, as a hobby shop owner, as a breaker, send us your tax certificate. We have an application that you can fill out to make sure you meet the qualifications, and then we could sell you wholesale. So going from Kakawao to new products for sports. So we got Topps. Topps basketball is back.
Can we talk
Topps
about
football is back.
LeBron autos?
LeBron autos,
Wemby
Wemby autos,
CJ
dual
Stroud
autos of LeBron and Wemby, quad autos, LeBron, Wemby, KD, and Curry. Insane.
It's nonsense.
I know a lot of people are mixed on it. It doesn't have logos. It's not licensed.
It's not licensed.
Normally, I would agree, you know, but where else are you going to get a Wemby auto?
Exactly.
You can't. So the Wemby, I don't know if you saw this, the Wemby 101 auto already has over $1 million bounty.
But there's more than one, isn't there? Or there's only one?
There is,
auto?
but they're looking for the base card. So the base card 101 auto, million, I think I saw 1.2.
We'll put it out.
I don't remember, but it was 1.2, I think, is the bounty. So insane. The 101 Prism card, obviously non-auto, I think did like 585,000. So 101 auto is probably right in line with 1.2. Like you hit that, you're chilling.
Think about like a $1.2 million entry price, right?
That's insane. Yeah.
When Wemby becomes what everybody knows Wemby is going to be, where do you value that card 10, 15 years from now, bro?
Yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't get hurt,
yeah,
he's a monster. I mean, everything, like, he's proven, all the hype is real.
For sure.
It's not like he's like, oh, he's hype and he's all right or he's good. No, he had a historical, not just like a good, historical season. Yeah. He had more blocks than some basketball teams last year had as a team. Yeah. Him himself. So the dude is amazing. He dribbles like he's Curry. He shoots like he's Curry, but the dude is 7'4". It's insane.
How do you stop that?
Like you know you can't. That's it. The dude is nasty. Yeah. You know.
It's safe to say he's not Zion.
Listen, don't hate on my boy Zion. Don't hate on my boy Zion. Listen, Zion was amazing last year. He just got hurt.
Good. He did have a good year.
He just got hurt at the end. Literally at the end of the season, he got hurt. He slimmed down again this year. So they just released photos of him. He slimmed down. I got a lot of money riding on Zion in slabs. So we need Zion to get back. If I could sell these slabs, pay off my house, Zion.
You need a Hornets championship. Or Pelicans championship. Hornets.
I need Zion to come back and hit it out of the park. But the Chrome, we've been ripping it. Amazing. We sold a blaster at Pompano
Yeah.
Guy messages me and says, "Look what I hit from your
saw that.
blaster, a blaster box." He hit the future. I think it was a Future Stars or whatever it is. Auto of Wemby. It was a redemption.
It was a redemption.
So we definitely know you can hit Wembys out of blasters now. So we got blasters, you got megas, you got hobby boxes. We didn't get any Breakers Delight, but that is a SKU as well. Then you got composite.
I want to on Topps Chrome basketball real quick. I saw a lot of Wembys get hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of autos. So I mean, the market's been
LeBrons get hit.
The market's been needing the Wemby autos, and they definitely got them in the last 48 hours.
Influx.
Yeah. So no, I haven't seen any LeBrons either.
I haven't seen.
I don't know. I don't know how many he has, but I know I haven't seen that many as well.
Yeah.
Then we got composite. Composite I love because composite reminds me of Chronicles.
Yeah.
But a better Chronicles.
Better sets.
So like Chronicles has some good sets in it, but then they have a lot of bad sets.
Yeah, bro. Like Chronicles itself.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of paper. Where composite is like Topps Chrome, Finest. My favorite set is Cosmic. So Cosmic Chrome is in there, and then they got Midnight, which they just released this year for the first time with UFC, so that's in there as well.
Fire.
I just love it that it's like just banger sets, and they're like, hey, we haven't had football in a long time. Boom, here you go.
Yeah.
Just bunch of stuff.
And Tom Brady, here you go.
Bunch of stuff all in one. Here you go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
It's funny because like they sold out of composite and Topps Chrome basketball on their website in like 10 minutes.
Quick. Yeah.
And for all the people saying, "Oh, it's not licensed, it's not this,
doesn't
it's not
matter."
Listen,
it doesn't matter.
I learned a long time ago. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, and the numbers say that people want it. People want it, so it's here to stay. Yeah. And obviously, Topps. If you don't know, because I had like a lot of people are misinformed. I don't know why, because there's so much information out there on the internet. But somebody online was like, "Oh, why would they release unlicensed?" I think it was because of the Shohei. So this is transitioning somewhere else. But Shohei just signed a deal today with Topps exclusive. So only gonna sign with Topps. And then somebody was like, "Oh, why would they do that when Panini's gonna get the license in a couple years?" I'm like, hold on. When did Topps lose baseball license or ever say that they were gonna lose baseball license? And he was like, "Oh, I must have been uninformed." I'm like, yes, you definitely were, because Topps is definitely not losing baseball. They're definitely getting basketball soon. And they're definitely getting football soon.
Where did he hear that from?
I have no clue, but it was bad information. So obviously baseball, they're not losing that ever. Basketball.
Next year?
October 2025 is the first release of licensed basketball. So everything they're doing now is they call a spade, is to capitalize on Wemby. Because why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't you?
You get to put Wemby on a rookie with the rookie badge and get his autos. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So it's to capitalize on Wemby, and it's to also see how people like certain products. Oh, you like Topps Chrome? Obviously, that's iconic. Boom. And they're going to put out another set. Oh, you like this? No, you don't like that? Oh, okay. Same thing with football. So football is April 1st, 2026. And what they told us at our conference is that the day of, like literally the day of October, the day of April, we got sets ready. We got sets ready. Like I have notes here from when they said it, and let me read the notes. So they have this. I wrote these back in. You can't really see this, but I wrote this back on May 1st. So that's how long I've had these notes. So NBA October 25, NFL April 26. Topps Chrome with Wemby rookie autos. This is back in May I wrote this. Quad auto with LeBron, Steph, KD, and Wemby. Midnight. So the product Midnight will be the first Wemby RPAs. So we just saw the CJ Stroud Midnight RPAs. So Midnight will be the first RPAs. Stroke of Genius autos with LeBron and Wemby, etc. Expect September. So Midnight, expect September. Now that's right around the corner now. And I wrote this back in May, so it might still be true. You got Cosmic Chrome basketball coming out, and then a brand new set called Motif for basketball.
Fire.
Then for NFL, I wrote Topps Composite Football. Topps, and it's going to be Topps Chrome, Midnight, Cosmic Chrome, Topps Finest. And then there's gonna be Stroud Autos. Again, this comes out tomorrow. So literally, when you're watching this video,
it'll be out.
Yeah, it'll be out already.
Hopefully you can still get some.
So we got Stroud Autos, Peyton Autos, Brady Autos, and then Motif is gonna be 6 autos, and then 1 card is numbered to 20 or less in that set.
Nice.
For the NFL.
Not just autos. I mean, the Stroud is the first RPA there in composite also, man.
Yeah. First RPAs, first. Well, it's not the first Stroud Autos because before Stroud, it's the first, I guess, NFL.
Yeah,
Stroud
first
Autos.
NFL.
But before Stroud signed his official release with Topps, he had Panini Autos, but only in Ohio State jerseys. They had them as like Panini, I forgot what they call them, but Topps call them Topps now. And it was like he got drafted, they got him in his jersey, and they made him sign a couple. And if you look on eBay, how much those autos cost, I mean, they probably went down now. Yeah. But when they were out for a while, they were up there. They were expensive.
Yeah.
So Topps is here to stay. Fanatics obviously taking over with a lot of good stuff. Basketball, football, baseball. It's going to be crazy couple months until they even when they get the license officially. Then it's just going to be even better, I think.
I just waiting to see what happens with Panini once those licenses go through, man. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, they got a lot of money because they're an Italian company and they make a lot of money overseas. But in this market, yeah, I don't see. If people are talking trash, and again, there's still people buying it, but there's people complaining about Topps unlicensed stuff, and it has Wemby autos and it has CJ Stroud autos. I don't see how Panini survives with not licensed, and then Topps is just gonna buy out all the top people.
1,000%.
They're like, oh, you got this guy?
That.
Oh, we'll get all these guys.
Yeah, they're already doing that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a war, and I don't see how Panini wins. Yeah, I honestly don't see how Panini wins that war. I'm just ready for, and they've already said that's going to happen, NFL and NBA debut patches. So right now they got the debut patches for MLB. You got the debut patches for MLS, which are going to be massive chases because you got Luis Suarez debut patch that still hasn't come out. There's a kid that's like 16 years old that just debuted in the MLS like a month or two ago.
Who does he play for?
I think it was LAFC. I can't remember exactly. I'm sure it's a quick Google search. But he's 16 years old, bro. Was he 16 or 14, actually? MLS debut, youngest player. Let's see. No, 14. Yeah, I was right. 14 bro.
It just popped up.
14,
bro.
And his debut patch is going to go nuts.
There's 2 4. There's whoa.
No, Freddie Adu is debuted a long time ago. He was the youngest. A little bit older. Yeah, he was the youngest for a long time, but he was a bust. He was supposed to be this great player and just never did anything in his career.
14, bro.
But yeah, no, this kid's 14. He just debuted. He got his debut patch. It's gonna be insane. Like that chase is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, Topps MLS last year was a lot of fun to rip.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Especially being from Miami, and it's a gift and a curse because now everybody only chases Miami, but there's so many good teams, so many good players on these teams.
When we were walking around the city and everybody walking around in their Miami jersey.
That was hilarious. Yeah, in New York City, everybody had an MLS Messi jersey.
That was great.
So yeah, that's insane. But I love the innovations with the different products.
Yeah.
I love the debut patches, so I can't wait.
Bro. So cool.
I need a Cam Ward 101 debut patch when he hits the NFL next year. My man is going to be first round pick, bro. First round pick. Speaking of Cam Ward, we got college football, baby. We got it in the back right here. We got Colorado. They're going to probably score here.
What's the score?
But, maybe not. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's nasty. Yo, nasty.
They're going to lose.
Nasty,
bro.
I bet North Dakota to cover the spread, and now they're probably gonna win. So, shout out to me. You're an NFL guy.
Yeah.
I'm a college football guy.
1,000%.
1,000%. I think the last episode was dedicated like 30 minutes on college football. We won't go super crazy. We'll go in through some stuff, but I can't as a Miami alum. I cannot go without saying FSU fans. What happened, bro? What happened? What happened?
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it.
No, they don't want to talk about it. Georgia Tech just pushed you around.
Matter of fact, I haven't heard from a few people since that game. If y'all see this, please call me. I want to talk about it.
If
please.
you watch the last episode, I called it. I called it out. I said DJU is not a good quarterback. He was started at Clemson. He went to Oregon State. He didn't do anything at Clemson. He didn't do anything at Oregon State. And now he's at FSU, and you just expect him to be great. Let me tell you, that man got some money off of FSU and did nothing game one. I honestly feel like they probably will lose to Boston College, and that's not hating. They're playing pretty much the same Boston College team that they played last year. They don't have all the stacked players that they had last year. There's no Johnny Wilson to come save you. There's no Keon Coleman to save you. There's no Jordan Travis to run around and save you. There's no Trey Benson to, hit 100 yards out of nowhere. You got none of that.
Nothing.
And you're facing almost the same BC team that you did last year that lost only by 3, and that should have won that game.
I was going to say they almost won that game.
I feel 1,000% that they're going to cover the spread, 1,000%, and they honestly could win. They literally could honestly almost win if they don't, So I'm going BC on that game. I'm going BC. I think BC against the spread, at least. I'm not saying that they're going to win outright. I say against the spread, they're definitely going to cover the spread. I think the spread was like 17 and a half.
17 there, like 17 and
Insane spread. There's no reason that a team that just lost to Georgia Tech and got pushed around that should have that heavy of a spread when they're facing a damn good team. It's not like they're facing some, random team.
FSU is still ranked 10. It hasn't adjusted. Where do you think they fall to?
So it hasn't adjusted because this season or this week hasn't happened. But they won't get ranked until their second game. So we won't know their ranking until their second. So you lose two in a row, you're definitely out.
For sure.
I honestly think they will lose that game. So I don't see them ranked in the top 25. So bye-bye, DJU's trash. And for them, it sucks. I mean, if you're an FSU fan, because there's literally nothing behind him. You have to start him because you got nothing behind him. I just want to say shout out to Daryl Jackson. Daryl Jackson transferred to Miami, didn't do anything here last year, or year before. Then transferred to FSU and lied and said it was because his mom was sick. Magically, she feels better now. She's better now. But he got $100,000 and a Lambo truck out of them.
Wow.
And if you watch the highlights from last week, my boy was on skates. He was on skates. So shout out to Daryl Jackson for getting put on skates. You got that Lambo truck though, so it was definitely good. Moving on, we're gonna throw out some games here. I'm gonna try to pick the games.
Some good games.
We'll see how I do.
There's some good games in here.
All right.
We're starting off I think probably the best game week 1. Georgia-Clemson.
Georgia-Clemson. I can't pick the spread on that game because honestly,
you want to know what it is?
I think it's like 13 or something.
11 and a half right
11 and a half. Yeah, that's too hard to pick, honestly. Like, technically, Georgia should cover that spread. Clemson's not Clemson who they were anymore. They don't have their offensive coordinator. He left a couple years ago. He's at Oklahoma. They don't have their defensive coordinator. He left the same year.
They're not recruiting the way they were back then either.
They don't do transfer portal.
Yeah.
Dabble Sweeney is 100% against the transfer portal. And
shout out to him for that. I respect that.
I don't, because your job as a head coach is to win football games.
Yeah.
And if you have if you have some top dogs out there that could help you, he needs a quarterback.
Well, see, I think about Bill Belichick, man. Belichick found success throughout his whole career. He was never, I need this, I'm going to go get this.
He found success because he had Tom Brady. I mean, what happened when he didn't have Tom Brady?
I mean, 11 people on the field. Tom can't do it all. They needed somebody.
1,000%, but he had Tom Brady.
He did.
You know, like it's easy when the guy, your best position, the number one position on the team, is considered the greatest player ever to play that position. That's easy. That's easy now. Because the rest of you made people like Hogan elite players. Like, come on. He made Hogan elite. You got Julian Edelman, Amendola. Like, he's making this average dudes elite.
Tell me Gronk was average.
No, he wasn't. No, Gronk was a monster. But, you know. But, again, college football is a different animal anyways because you got to recruit. And if you don't like recruiting, it's not for you.
So, Georgia Clemson. Who you got?
I'm picking Georgia in that game.
I like Georgia.
I'm picking Georgia in that game. I don't even know. So Clemson had, 3 years ago, they had DJU as their quarterback. Sucked. He left. They had Klubnik last year. Sucked. He left. And he was a 5-star. And now they don't got a big name player back there. So we'll see what happens. But I don't see them winning this game. I just don't.
Ohio State and Akron.
That's easy. That's Ohio State.
48.5 points.
Yeah, I don't know if they cover that. I mean, they could. If they really wanted to, they could.
They could, but I think if they get up enough to get close to that, they probably start pulling back players on the field, plays they're calling.
Yeah, I mean, the first strings are not going to be out there for a long time. I'm pretty sure. So they got a kid from South Florida, Jeremiah Smith, we spoke about last episode, freshman from South Florida. He played at, was he STA? I think he was STA or Chaminade Madonna. He was one of those two. He was either STA or Chaminade Madonna. I feel like it was STA. But top two schools were Miami, Ohio State. Went to Ohio State. They're more proven, obviously, recent times than Miami has. Yeah. But kids like him got to stay home. So Miami has to be on their bully. But yeah, Ohio State easy. That's not even a match. That's not a match.
So this I didn't know. Oregon is ranked number 3 right now. Mm-hmm. We got Oregon and Idaho. 28.5 points is the spread on that game.
I think they'll cover that spread easy. Dan Lanning is the coach there. Their quarterback is Dylan Gabriel. So Dylan Gabriel started at UCF, then he went to Oklahoma, and then he took a bag to go to Oregon. Don't blame him for taking a bag, but he took a bag to go to Oregon. He's with Dan Lanning now. Dan Lanning was a defensive coordinator for Georgia when they won the championship. Yep.
So you're taking Oregon?
Oh, yeah, easy. That's easy.
Texas, number 4 versus Colorado State.
I picked Texas to win. I think Colorado State covers the spread.
31.5.
I think they cover that. I don't think they're losing by that much. Again, if Texas wanted to, I think they could cover that spread. Yeah. But the thing is, it's week 1. They're not in their conference. I don't think they need to. I think they win by 24 and they're chilling.
Pull the plug. Number 5, Alabama against Western Kentucky. 31.5 points.
Yeah, I think Alabama wins. I think they cover.
They'll cover that. I think. I'll give them that. This is still a head scratcher for me. Ole Miss, number 6.
Okay.
Versus Furman. 42.5 points.
If I know anything about Ole Miss and their coach, who's former FAU coach, former alcoholic, my man got fired on the plane going, like, they lost the game. I think he was at USC. I think it was a USC when he was in USC. Lost the game. Team was getting on the plane to go back to USC. He got fired on the plane. I think it was USC or when he was at Tennessee. I can't remember which one. But Lane Kiffin is their coach. Lane Kiffin is, if you don't follow him on Twitter, you need to follow him on Twitter. My man just says whatever he wants. Oh, he says whatever he wants. He is a dog.
Number 7, I like this game. Number 7, Notre Dame versus A&M.
Texas A&M?
Texas A&M, number 20 right now.
That's a hard one for me.
I won't tell you who's favored, but the spread is 2.5 points.
Notre Dame's favored. I know that.
No, they're not.
I thought they were.
No, unless I wrote this down wrong.
I think you wrote it down.
I don't know. You double check it.
No, we're gonna double check. I don't trust you.
So the way I heard it is Texas A&M is the hardest college stadium to play at in college football.
Nah, I don't care about that.
2.5
Because everybody says the
points.
same thing about UF, and we're gonna get to UF Miami.
Yeah,
in a
no,
second.
Gators. Don't worry about them. 2.5 points. Who's favored?
Oh yeah, you're right. 2.5.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Yes, sir.
I want to go Notre Dame here. I want to go Notre Dame, not just because they're ranked lower. They weren't horrible last year. They had an up and down season. Brand new coach because their old coach, Brian Kelly, left to go coach at LSU with his fake Cajun accent. My man is white as toast, and he put on this accent. I've never heard it in my life. I want to say Notre Dame as much as I despise them. Yeah, I'm gonna go Notre Dame. I think I'll go Notre Dame. Cover that spread and win, obviously.
All right. Number 8, Penn State versus West Virginia.
That's easy. That's Penn State.
Penn State, 8.5 points on that one. Number 9, Michigan versus Fresno State.
Easy, Michigan.
21.5 point spread. Cover that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's easy.
They're not the same Michigan as last year. Obviously, last year they won the national championship. Definitely not the same team, but I think that's still an easy game they should cover.
I hope so.
For their sake, yeah.
Tennessee and Chattanooga, 38.5 points.
I say they win. I say they don't cover.
Close.
I don't say they cover.
I think that's going to be a close game, surprisingly.
They got a new quarterback, so he was a 5-star. He was the number 1 quarterback coming out of high school. Nico Lamalela, whatever his name is.
No idea.
But so he's supposed to be a dog. It was him. It's funny because it was him and Malachi Nelson. And Malachi went to USC. Supposed to be the next thing after Caleb. They recruited over him, and they took a transfer. And then he left to Boise, and he's like, all right, I'll go to Boise State. And then Boise State just announced he's the backup at Boise State. So my man is not having the career he thought he was going to have.
He's down bad right now.
Yeah, so Nico looking like the better of the recruits for that class for sure.
Next game I have here, number 17, Oklahoma State versus South Dakota State. Only 9.5 points to spread on that one.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, I despise their coach. So their coach is the old coach for Clemson, offensive coordinator for Clemson. A lot of talking, and last year was trash. Yeah. It was trash. I think obviously Oklahoma wins, and they probably cover the spread. But I think Vegas is, if with that low of a spread, I think Vegas is also telling you we're not that high on him either.
Yeah.
And plus they lost Dylan Gabriel, so.
Number 18, Kansas State versus UT Martin. 36.5 points.
I think Kansas State easy, but covering the spread, I don't think they cover the spread.
That's a lot. It's a lot to win by 36 points. I don't care who you're playing. Yeah. This is a game I know you are most excited for. I know you're going to be in attendance. I should have been in attendance. Number 19, the U versus the Florida Gators.
I'm not going to get too in-depth on it because last episode I spent like 20 minutes on it.
We know how you feel.
Miami wins, and they definitely cover the spread. The spread's 2.5 points.
2.5 points right now.
That's easy money. Easy money. I feel like if you look at tape and if you look at college football, watch the game Miami played last year against Texas A&M. We beat Texas A&M by like 2 touchdowns, I think it was. That Texas A&M team, way better than this Florida team. So I'll start that. That Miami team, way worse than what this Miami team is.
Well, you hope. We don't know what this Miami team is going to be yet. We have an idea of what it can be, but we got to see it.
I mean, on paper, way better.
Yeah.
Now, TVD was trash last year. That's one game he actually played good in. So he was good in that game. But if Cam Ward, it's not like Cam Ward is some high school freshman or high school senior that's coming in and he's going to be his first start. My man played at Washington State and played at Washington. Like, he's played big games.
Big games, yeah.
He played against Ohio State. He's played big games. He's backed it up. Now you're giving him the weapons he's never had. You know, you got Sam Bruce that just came from Houston. You got Xavier Restrepo, who's Mr. Reliable, like the dude, one of the best X receivers in college, and he's super reliable. You got a lot of players. You got Damian Martinez. He was a #1 running back last year, and we got him back. You got Damian Martinez. You got Damian Martinez, who was a #1 transfer running back. Cam Ward was a #1 transfer quarterback. On paper, with proven results, we had already the top 3 offensive line last year. They're a year older now. You had people that were starting that were true freshmen, literally came out of high school in June and started in September.
In the ACC.
You know, in the ACC against a Texas A&M and the FSU and all that, and they held their own. Now they're a year older. You have arguably the best defensive line in the country, and if not #1, top 5 for sure. Ruben Bain, best defensive player in the country last year, had 9.5 sacks as a true freshman, and he's back for his sophomore year.
Nice.
I mean, on paper, we destroy them.
We have to.
I think we win by, I'm just not Homer. I think 2 touchdowns is what we should win by minimum. So we win the game, we cover the spread. I think we go home very happy.
I will say that you are probably the most confident fan that I've spoken to so far.
Yeah, no.
I've heard some very worried people going into this game.
Listen, there's people that watch college football, and there's people that live and eat and sleep and die college football. And that's what I do. I mean, I know high school recruits that are coming in that are getting recruited to go to Miami. I know about the transfers that are coming in. Like, there's one thing to say, okay, well, like, okay, last year Miami was this and blah, blah, blah. I mean, if all you got to do is look at the tape last year, we lost 4 games by less than 3 points, 4 points, you know?
One of them we gave away.
And one of them we gave away. 3 of them, our quarterback threw 11 interceptions in a 3-game span. You know, like, you take away those 11 interceptions, and now we have games that we win. And that's what Cam Ward's going to give you. The only knock on Cam Ward is that he's turned the ball over because he's had to improvise. His line breaks, and then he's running for his life having to improvise. Boom, turns the ball over. He's not going to have that
Hopefully
anymore.
He doesn't have that problem.
You know, you're not having that problem now. So I think Miami wins. Miami's going to go, I said it before, they're going to be one of the 12. I don't think they'll win it all, but I think they'll definitely be one of the 12 at the end of the year.
It'd be nice to get there. The next game I have here, number 21 Arizona versus New Mexico.
Arizona versus New Mexico, that's easy for me. That's Arizona. The spread's on pretty big though, right?
31.5.
Yeah, I don't know about that spread though.
That's a lot.
But I definitely go Arizona. Their quarterback's legit though. I forget his name. Their quarterback's legit.
I couldn't tell you. Number 25 Iowa versus Illinois State.
Iowa, that's easy.
22.5 points.
Yeah, Iowa all day. Hawkeyes, baby.
I think this is going to be a good game. Number 13 LSU versus number 23 USC. Spread is only 4.5 points.
Yeah. LSU. I'm going LSU. Lincoln Riley last year had Caleb Williams, and they just sucked so bad. And the only thing I'll give Lincoln Riley is forever. Lincoln Riley has always been known as offensive guru, horrible defense. And last year, horrible defense. And they went out and they got a legit defensive coordinator. Let's see if it translates. But, I'm going to give it to LSU. I think Brian Kelly should pull it out.
Vegas sees it the same way. They have LSU favored by 4.5. Last game, week 1. We touched on this a little bit already. But Monday night, we have FSU and Boston College.
I'm going Boston College to cover the spread. I don't know if they'll win.
The spread is up there.
Yeah, but I think they'll cover the spread. I think they'll lose by, 17.5?
16.5 right
16.5. I think if they lose, they'll definitely lose by less than 16.5. I think they honestly have a shot at winning that game.
All right. We'll see. Not a bad first week, man. There's some good games in there. I feel like there's a lot of, we were talking about this earlier, there's a lot of nonsense in week 0, right? Not a whole lot of exciting things going on, but I see some good games on this list. I see some games that
The
I
good
would
thing
definitely sit down and watch.
for FSU haters is that next year they open the season with Alabama, so they're gonna get rocked.
Didn't we do that last year or the year before?
Nah, we did that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
2018, I think it was.
We thought we were going to win that game, too, going into that game.
Nah, I mean, listen. Nah, I didn't. I just wanted to keep it close, and we did for a half.
For the first
but then,
half.
Manny Diaz was Manny Diaz, and there's a reason why he coaches at Duke now.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, hate that dude.
So, yeah, football's underway. College football is underway. What's the score now? 2024. You think they pulled it out?
Oh, man, I hope they do. Just so all the hype around Colorado can just go again. They got the air sucked out last year.
We had some pretty big contracts signed in the NFL.
One from my boys.
Resetting the wide receiver market. Not so much. Neither one of them are the number 1 paid receiver in the league right now, but Ayuk, 4 years, $120 million, $30 million a year.
Let me get $5.
Yeah. 4. I'll take 4, bro.
I'll take a little bit, just a little bit of cash.
And then, yeah, your boy CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb
finally got paid. I saw that.
Now he's campaigning for Dak.
Oh my God, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Why is his name? His name just completely blew my mind, bro.
You don't remember his name?
Oh my goodness.
Jerry Jones?
Wow, bro. So Jerry Jones, I saw, actually they were asking him some questions about CeeDee Lamb and about him getting this money. He had some wise words for CeeDee. Some wise words.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Don't spend it all in one place. Be smart with your money. It's not easy to get rich. It's easy to go broke.
1,000%.
Yeah, and you've
I'm broke
seen
as hell
that
right now.
And we've seen that, especially at the wide receiver position, bro, throughout history. So hopefully he heeds the warning. I'm sure it's not going to be his first contract he signs in the NFL, but probably going to be the biggest.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. A lot of money
chevitos.
guaranteed also, a lot of money up front. But yeah, man, NFL season is back. Week 1 of the NFL, you see how they're kicking off the season? We got the Eagles and the Packers.
All right.
Then
I go Packers.
And then before that, we have the Chiefs and the Ravens playing.
That's a good one.
That's a good game.
That's a good one. I could see the Ravens winning that.
Yeah.
Early in the season, I could see the Ravens winning that.
Maybe we'll save a deep dive analysis. I think we'll have some time to do that before
Lamar on his bully.
before.
I think he could take that.
I think so. I don't know where that game is. I'm curious. I think they're playing in Kansas City, I think. Not that it matters.
I'm not a big. I mean, unless the city goes nuts, and which it could, But a lot of people going back to the Miami game. A lot of people saying, "Oh, you're playing in a swamp. You're playing." Listen, you score a touchdown or two real quick. Yeah. Everybody shuts up.
Well, we played. The Dolphins played Kansas City in the playoffs last year, and we couldn't thaw out fast enough to be able to try to score a touchdown, bro. So.
That was, yeah. I would have loved to go to that game and lose a limb.
I would have not.
We got our to end the segment. We got my silver packs here.
Yes.
So if you don't know what these are, which I think a lot of people or mostly everybody won't know unless you've gone to one of these events. So Topps every year has a Topps industry conference. So every year
Wow. That was a
I'm sure that's going to show up on the camera too. It is pouring rain outside.
That
and lightning was insane. Every year, Topps used to have the industry conference open to the public. All you had to do was pay for the ticket. And
I didn't know that was a public event before.
Yeah, always.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was always open to the public for years. All you had to do was pay for the ticket, go to wherever it was, and you were allowed in.
Nice.
This year was the first year where they said no. It's only open to Topps direct accounts. So whether you're a direct store like we are or a direct breaker, that's the only way you could go in there. And then what's even crazier is that they only have limited seats. So a lot of people that wanted to go didn't even get to go.
Wow.
So it was literally super limited. You had to go, you know, if they allowed you to, and then obviously you still had to pay for the ticket and everything. But you get these silver packs. So last year I had Landon Donovan, number 2/5, I think it was. I had a.
I think it might even be 4, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it's.
Yeah,
I think we got
think
it.
it is
there.
out of 4, honestly.
I know it's low numbered. I had a Michael Harris that was like number 10. I sold that. Not a Michael Harris guy. No offense, because I know he collects cards of himself. And then I got some guy that is not in the league anymore that did something to a 16-year-old. So I got his auto too, which I was like, oh, I'm sitting on this, and that was a terrible decision. So I got antsy, and I did rip 1, and I hit a card that's going for like $1,000. Number to 10, 7 of 10, Jude Bellingham. So pretty fire Real Madrid card right here.
It's fire.
So what's in these packs? So it could be baseball, it could be soccer, obviously. It could be I think there's college football in here. There's Star Wars in here.
I thought it was all sports.
Yeah, no, it's just soccer, baseball. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Wow.
Soccer, baseball, and Star Wars, I think, is the only thing that's in here. But I know there are female soccer stars in here.
Okay.
What am I looking for? Well, Jude Bellingham, amazing. I'm looking for my Samuel Jackson auto. I think that would be sick. And plus, it goes for a crap ton because he doesn't sign a lot. So that's why it goes for so much. I wouldn't mind a Rosario Dawson, a Sokatano auto. Baseball, I wouldn't mind a Shohei. I wouldn't mind a Shohei.
I got to put, I think that's what we're chasing. We got to go for the Ohtani.
I wouldn't mind a Gunner. Gunner's going to be nice too. Yeah. Let's get the ripping. First one. Well, second one now.
Let's do a pack battle.
No.
Scary.
All right. I haven't seen it. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know who this is. Wide receiver. College football. McMillan.
No idea.
Number to 15, Arizona. Number to 15,
idea.
Arizona. Don't know who that is. I'm not going to lie.
No
not
idea.
Gonna lie. Not an Arizona guy. All right. Probably should have left that one sealed. And last but not least, come on. Oh, that's nice. Number to 25, my man, Bayern Munich, Harry Kane.
That's fire.
Harry Kane, baby.
Let me see that one.
That one's nice. That one's nice.
Oh, yeah, that's gas.
So Jude Bellingham, number to 10. Harry Kane, number to 25. And McMillan, number to 15. Let's get it. That's nice. So this is the kind of stuff that you could get at the industry conference. Industry conference ticket is a little pricey, but, I mean, this card alone, I just paid for the flight.
And
probably the hotel.
The cards are stamped. Topps Industry Conference.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
And then in the back, it'll even say, it says, thank you for your business, loyalty, and continued support for Topps Industry Conference.
Even the sticker they put on the One Touch. Okay, I see you, Topps, with the details.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So, yeah, Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham alone, I sell those, and they cover everything that I paid for back in May. This is back in May. I don't know how I never ripped these. Everybody else ripped them.
Too bad he's in a Byron jersey, though.
Whoa. He's not with the garbage hot Spurs anymore. My man's on a real team now.
Yeah, leave my team
scoring
alone,
real goals.
Leave my team alone.
My man's on a real team. Bayern Munich, baby. We up, baby. We never down. Let's get it. All right. Until next time, we'll be filming episode number 4. In the meantime, we'll be looking at college football. We'll see if my predictions have become right, and if they're right. If I'm over 500, I want y'all to start betting with me. Because I know a little thing or two about a thing or two.
Run some plays.
Or
you do like your weekly parlays.
Yeah, weekly parlays. Yeah, next week we could do the ones that I'm willing to bet on the spread. Some of them I wasn't, like Georgia, Clemson. It's too hard to bet that. I just know that I think Georgia's going to win that game So you could bet the money line on that. You know, you're not gonna get as much money, but you could bet the money line.
The next week we'll run through the NFL matchups too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do that. Definitely.
Football season.
Let's get it. Until next time, love you. Dale, pa arriba, pa abajo.
We out.
Let's get it.